your hosts for Realty, Resources, and Realities. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are, we are now on part 3 of our series on unlocking the path to property ownership, the essential preparation guide. And today I'm really happy that we're going to be joined by the broker of record of Exit West Midtown, Michael Williams. You know, as I told you in the previous episodes, he had always conducted and has been conducting in this office educational opportunities for people who are interested in purchasing property. And we're saying purchasing property. It may be your first home that you're looking for. It may be a new home that you want to upgrade or downsize from. It may be a lot. It may be land. It may be commercial or industrial. But there are some essential things that you have to have and be prepared for in that process. And so Mr. Williams, our broker of record, has been hosting these home buyer seminars. Is going through the very last one we just did, the most latest one we did, where we're talking about the different steps and experts and people who help you facilitate that process. So when you go into that process, you certainly won't be lost knowing what's going on. But before we get started with the show, I always ask you to please share this information, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and like it. If you like it and you get people to subscribe, it gets in the algorithm of YouTube and more people have an opportunity of seeing it. But you may have someone who is interested in purchasing some property. This would be a good series for you to connect them with. And of course, we here at Exit Realty West Midtown and happy to help. So please like, share, and subscribe. And then while I'm at it, I want you to also reach out to, or you can reach out to our broker of record, Michael Williams. We are here to serve. It's not making money, although we are in business, but we are also a resource for you, the community. And so if you have questions or concerns, I get calls all the time. Give me a call, or you can send an email to askfelicia@exitwestmidtown.com and send that in, because that will also help you reach out to us and tell us also, tell me what you like to hear about. There's so many aspects to real estate, and we love to make sure that we're bringing topics that concern you. Again, that's askfelicia@exittown.com, or you can text Ask Felicia to 85377. Again, you can send an email or you can text. We will be more than happy to help you. So I want to bring to the stage and help us welcome the co-host of this show and the broker of record, Exit Realty West Midtown, Mr. Michael Williams. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Great opportunity to just really highlight what it is the process looks like, and make it a little more comfortable for people that may enter the process. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I want to just get a quick recap, and I'll just let you just chime in where you are. So as we move into now what is part 3. So in part 1, we opened up with you opening up this seminar. And the first things that we talked about was selecting a realtor and getting someone to do financing. So could you just give us your take on, particularly the part I know that you are know well about, is finding a realtor and why a realtor is important?
Absolutely. It's essential. I often make the analogy, I wouldn't ask my lawn person to do my dental work, right? So in that same vein, I would think that our community wants a professional in the seat that can help explain the process of ownership, not only of buying the house, how to buy the house, what the interest rate, all the necessary parts and pieces that a professional can bring to bear. And then that professional, that real estate professional, will in turn connect that buyer with all the necessary resources to bring about their home buying solutions, right? And not only that, we go a step or two further here at our firm in that once the home is purchased, what that repair cost looks like, and all of the different things that you, as a consumer, may want to consider that you just haven't because you may not have owned a home before you, or it's been quite some time since you have, or if you're getting up in age, what that home looks like to be ready for the next phase of your life. So we want to be a resource, as the title of this programming suggests, to all different segments of our home buyer or home seller community, and that could be in the various capacities as you pointed out.
Right. So once you fix that, get that realtor, and it is essential and it's important. So many steps to purchasing property, and you want a professional, someone who has experience and knows and make sure you're checking off everything in that list. Thing that we talked about, a mortgage broker or a lender to be able to help you finance it. And the realtors, when they get you as a buyer, or even if you're selling property, there is an agreement between you on how you will operate. But also, you would want to make sure the realtor is going to want to make sure that you are pre-qualified. So we know what you're looking for. Is that correct, Michael?
That is absolutely correct. Well, that's one of the essential steps that that can't be missed, right? That is an essential step where the realtor, real estate professional, and the client sit down and we have a discovery mission, a fact finding mission. How much you want to purchase? What is important to you? Is it schools? Is it the size of the home? Is it proximity to work? Is it proximity to loved ones? All of those questions have to be uncovered before we can get in the car and find that home of your dreams. Financing is just one component of it because we don't want to show you something that's a $2 million property, but you only want to spend maybe $1 million or 500,000 or 300,000. So we want to be respectful of your wishes, and to do so, we have to sit down and we have to really do a fact-finding mission. We have to go in exhaustive detail of what you're looking for. So when we see what you're looking for out in the marketplace, we can remind you of that conversation that we've had early on in the process to say, hey, Mr. Client, Mr. and Mrs. Client, we have found something that checks a lot of your boxes based on what we talked about previously, right? And it's not the time in the property to talk about what their needs are. We, as a real estate professional, want to will have that information prior to, so that when we're shopping, we know what we're shopping for and what's important to our client. Because I often say to our agents that it's not about me, it's about our clients. And we have to keep that top of mind. And to do so, we have to go into exhaustive detail about the budget and a litany of other factors that go into the home buying decision.
Great, and that is true. So it is essential, and then there may be, you find once you get to mortgage broker or lender that you may find there's a few other things you need to do to prepare to be in the financial position where you're able to be pre-qualified for a loan, and so the lender can say, hey, you can purchase up to 400,000 or whatever the price is, and then that gives your realtor a guide to help you find the property of your dreams in your price range. Now we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back, and when we come back, we're going to talk about inspections. That was part 2, and then we're going to go into some new topics in part 3 with our broker of record, Michael Williams, joining us. So just hold on one second. We'll be back.
Tired of living paycheck to paycheck? With Exit Realty's residual income, you do the work once and get paid over and over. Learn how at joinexitrealty.com.
Hello, I'm Felicia Moore. We're back for our episode number 3 on unlocking the path to property ownership. And we talked about in part 1 finding that realtor, as well as finding someone to help you be able to fund that. We talk about what we talked about in number 2, which was once you've got that realtor, Mr. Michael Williams, and you've got the funding, you've got that pre-approval letter, the agent has gone out and found the home of your dreams. Why is it so important to have been prepared with money aside so that you can get an inspection?
Oh my goodness, that is one of the biggest steps in this process, the inspection phase. And in our home buying seminars that Ms. Felicia Moore alluded to, we have had new construction consultants in that home buying seminar, and they even say, even for their products, new construction having an inspection. So inspection is simply an assessment, right? You want to know, you want to have peace of mind when you sleep in that new property for the very first night, that we have checked out every single part of this property, and we have assurance that the roof doesn't leak, right? Or there isn't anything that there's some electrical concerns. We as a firm are invested in that as well. So we want to bring the resources to the table so that Mr. or Mrs. Buyer can have that peace of mind when they sleep in the house for the very first night.
Yeah, and so the inspection, again, as Michael has said, is extremely important. And I tell you, be prepared to have money aside, not only for one inspection, maybe a couple. And the reason I say that is that first beautiful home that Michael and I took you to, you want to buy it, you do an inspection, then you find out, maybe this is not the house for me. And then we continue on the process. You will need to do the inspection to the next property. So, those are some of the out-of-pocket expenses that you need to be prepared for. But we also had Brielle Bellman, and she gave us some insight on what you can do and how. We'll talk about it, Michael and I, after we hear from her, why a home warranty is something that you should definitely consider as you're purchasing the property. So let's hear a little bit from Brielle.
A lot of people ask, well, how do you get so excited about it and what have you, and how does this work? So one of the big things that I had to learn the hard way was that I didn't even know what a home warranty was like 8 years ago when I purchased, my first house. And prior to that, I had actually bought rental property. And so when you buy rental property, your goal is to make money. But some things can be held up, and that would be like repairs and things like that. And so within my first year of owning rental property, I had to repair my AC and my HVAC. And I thought, why in the world would I ever do this? And why do people even want to buy homes? Everybody should just rent. Like, what is the fun in this? But what I didn't know was that there was a policy like this, that a home warranty provides financial compensation for failed parts and labor. And so with that, we offer different plans that are basically like a fingerprint to like your property. So not every single policy is the same and not going to cover all different types, just like home insurance. So your home insurance is required. Your home warranty is optional. And a lot of times, like, your real estate professional is going to be able to try to negotiate that from the seller. But if they're not able to pay for it, you yourself can purchase it. And so if we have the handouts, Lisa, were you able to pass those out to people that they can kind of take a look at it real quick? And then that way we can talk a little bit on it. Has anybody ever heard of like a home warranty before in this room? Just by a show of hands. Before on the policy? Yes. Has it worked out for you?
Yes, it has.
Okay. Kind of, would you mind sharing that experience before we get into passing out that?
Yes.
So, share your experiences with home warranties and having them and not having them. What is your take on that, broker record? Is a home warranty something you should get?
Absolutely. It's like health insurance, right? People have health insurance. It's health insurance for your property. So it ensures the health of major mechanicals in your home. So should something happen, of course, you as a consumer should see a pattern here. You bring in a real estate professional. Professional brings in a lender. A lender brings in a real estate professional then introduces you to the lender. A real estate professional introduces you to the home inspection, and the real estate professional then introduces you to a home warranty. So you see a coalition, if you will, of people working on your behalf to ensure success of your home purchase, and having the peace of mind is needed when you sleep at night and the first time in that new property. So home inspection, home warranty, they go hand in hand as we see it in our firm. And it's like health insurance. It's like health insurance. If you need your wisdom tooth pulled and you want to go to the dentist to have it done because it's hurting, you don't want to not have, like Brielle alluded to, you do not want to not have insurance for your home and it's warranty.
And I would add that I've purchased an older home. I've gotten warranties on the water and sewer line. Most people don't know that you are responsible from the street to your home. So if a sewer pipe collapses or a water pipe collapses, I have a warranty that will fix it. And I've had it for years and hadn't had to use it until I had to use it. And it is important because you're talking about hundreds and thousands of dollars. I mean, if you're talking about a failed sewer line, depending on how far it runs from your house to the street, you could be talking about more than $5,000 easily. They have to dig up your yard and all of that. So you can get warranty for the outside infrastructure of your home as well. I have currently a warranty on the inside. I had it when I first purchased the home. But a lot of people like those home warranties inside their home for those fixes that are going to come up, like plumbing or, a busted pipe or something, whatever that warranty covers. So
that is very well said, Miss Felicia Moore. Outside and inside, health insurance for your house, inside and out. That is
and for your car when you're driving.
Yeah,
so Brielle across the bottom of the screen, and I will say this: even though we're talking about purchasing property, you do not have to just be purchasing a property. You can get a home warranty at any stage of your ownership. So if you think that you might need one for your appliances or your water pipes inside or outside your home, consider a home warranty. So the next person that came up was a partner of this office, Aerial Exterminators, and he gave 5 minutes of a speech. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and then we and Michael are going to sort of dissect the information that he's given to you and talk to you as brokers why we believe it's extremely important and even required on some instances that you have that pest inspection. So right back in just a minute. Let me get Mike off the screen, and then we will go to a commercial break. If I can get to it. Well, then look to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead here with Jason from Exterminator.
And man, all hearing these folks talk really gets your gears turning about stuff. There's a few key points I just want to mention, because until you go through something, that's when you tend to learn about it, and then you feel like, man, I wish I knew all that before I had to go through this, because it could have been a little bit easier or less costly. Couple of key points. Your homeowner's insurance in this part of the country does not cover termite damage, okay, or wood destroying organism damage. And these, whether it's drywood termites or subterranean termites or even powder post beetles or fungus, can really do a lot of damage to your home. And the cost of having carpenters and remodelers out to repair this damage can be significant. I mean, try to get somebody out to replace a baseboard for less than a few $100s. It's hard. And if you're going to DIY it, that's a whole other set of skills you may or may not want to get involved in. But your homeowners doesn't cover it, so that's and the reason is they consider that home maintenance. And treatments can be done to a structure or home to prevent these scenarios, right? And so
I want to stop him there because I think he brings up a very important point, and Michael, please join in as you wish, to make it clear, even for those of you who own property, that your homeowner's insurance does not cover this. And I've got my own story, but do you think people get that mixed up, Michael?
Absolutely. It's not one size fits all. Like we talked about just here briefly, a home warranty, and then your homeowner's policy. You, as a consumer, want to have really specific information on who covers what in your property, right? And home warranty will cover appliances and sewer pipes, but wood destroying organisms, as Jason mentioned, it's not something that a home warranty will cover. So it's vital that you have someone from the pest control community that has a vested interest in the health of your property. So this is yet again another resource, but a different resource, right? Because consumers can get confused that, well, I got a home warranty policy. It should cover wood destroying organism, but to be in that situation and find out that it doesn't, it's not that you want to find that out. Trust me.
No, you don't want to find it out too late like I did. And I'll tell you about that right after this break.
At Exit Realty, our goal is to market your home to get it sold for the most money possible in the shortest time. Along with neighborhood expertise, dedicated service, and strategic negotiation skills, your Exit Realty professional will utilize innovative technology to maximize your home's exposure and market it to the largest pool of potential buyers.
People want immediate pictures and price, and your Exit for Sale sign is their gateway. When a potential buyer passes by your home and texts your agent's unique My Smart Sign code, they will immediately receive pictures, pricing, and details about your home. Your Exit professional will be notified so they can follow up right away by phone or text to arrange for a personal viewing.
If you text Exit Sign now to 85377, you will experience an example of what the potential buyer sees. Your Exit professional will also create a custom suite of digital tools to market your home. The virtual tour will be syndicated to popular real estate portals to showcase your home where most buyers start their search online. Your home's unique website will feature the virtual tour, photos, price, and details, as well as a commute calculator, neighborhood details, and more. Buyers still enjoy a flyer in hand, and yours will display a code interested buyers can text for all the photos and details.
Communication is essential throughout the home sale process. Both you and prospective buyers can contact your exit professional easily via their mobile business card. Your exit realty professional has the expertise, tools, and the strategy to effectively market your home and generate and capture leads. We're looking forward to working with you to help sell your home.
Yes, we are. And so if you add any help or just have a question, feel free to call us here at Exit Realty West Midtown. And we talked about those things that you are unforeseen and that your insurance doesn't cover it. And I looked at Michael, my house was dipping out or something was weird was going on. Well, that led to getting someone to come look and found out there was active termite infestation. I got Arrow to come out. They came out quickly with that, but it was costly because a lot of wood had been eaten away. And then I found out that I had some leakage in my crawl space. And then I ended up having to waterproof the crawl space. So it can be a very expensive endeavor. And so Jason was to make everybody clear that it's not insurance. Your homeowner's insurance will not fix these things. So a lot of times people neglect paying for it because they don't want to pay that annual fee, but it's worth it. Say, Mike. I think he said he agreed. He might have been on mute. But anyway, let's hear.
Okay. Agree.
Yes, let's go on and let's hear what else not Michael. What else Jason had to say.
So that's where we come in. We can treat a home. We can offer a warranty on a home. And with Arrow, we have no deductibles. There's no limits to the amount of termite damage that we will repair. Some companies, and I'm not trying to disparage the industry by any stretch, but they can have a per occurrence deductible. So if you have an issue in the garage and you have an issue in the crawl space, those are two separate occurrences in some, cases. And so you're paying two different deductibles. Okay. So when you start to investigate this whole process, feel free to get in touch with me and I'll be glad to walk you through some of the fine print and the details that can catch you off guard a little bit. So termite is an annual renewable agreement, and it's basically like an insurance policy for that termite damage, okay? And you want to make sure that your plan covers repairs. Some plans only cover retreatment. So if termites are eating that wall over there and you don't have damage coverage, the company will come out and retreat the area, take care of the termites. But then you have to find somebody to fix. That's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Termite is one routine pest control, your general pest control, ants and roaches, and in some cases rodents and creepy crawlies. Okay, that's your quarterly pest control. That mosquitoes are a huge thing. We've had a relatively wet winter. It hasn't been the coldest winter. We're going to have potentially a mosquito season like we haven't seen, like El Nino. The weather patterns really affect the bugs, right? And so we may see a worse than normal mosquito. And, we've heard West Nile, we've heard, Zika. We've heard of the concerns about our health with mosquitoes. So if you have a wonderful backyard, there's a play set for the kids, there's a pool, there's, nice space you want to enjoy, but you're just not wanting to get bitten up by mosquitoes, we offer that as part of our pest control package. So a lot of different scenarios we can go into, but I just want to mention too that we do free inspections. So if you see a home you like, have us out right from the get-go. We'll take a look at it for free. If your lender requires a quote-unquote termite letter, okay, that's a report that has 5 organisms and 3 conducive conditions. Things like, hey, there's wood debris in the crawl space, or the wood sign touches the ground. Okay, those are conducive areas for a termite or beetle infestation that we'll document for you. And with that report, you have a 90-day warranty on all the organisms and the conducive conditions. So, we're a regulated industry with the agriculture department. We're a licensed company. We've been doing this for 60 years. Real estate is a part of our partnership package that we offer to agents. And so we're family owned. We try to create, relationships that last. And I've got cards and a couple different pamphlets over there. Feel free, anybody, take anything, give me a shout anytime. And I'll.
All right. So that was Jason, and his information is scrolling across the screen. Any take you have on the termite inspection? Because he made it seem like that it was optional unless it's required by your mortgage broker. What do you think? Do you think people should get it anyway? And how important is it?
Yeah, I think because we're in Georgia, and the very first thing he said was Georgia is more susceptible to termites than other states. If we were in other states, I would weigh, I would not have the same response. But since we're in Georgia, we got a company with Arrow Exterminator, 60-year-old company that says Georgia's susceptible to termite damage. And I'm going to take them at their word because they've seen a lot more on their side than on the exterminator side than I have.
And I had the experience. It happens.
And you've had the unfortunate experience, Miss Felicia, more after the fact. So we don't want that for our clients to have had that situation. So a lot of these coverages and a lot of these warranties, we negotiate them in the process of buying the property or something that our office will go ahead and contribute a portion for your first year. So there's ways to make it make sense for our clients, because after they close and 6 months later, we don't want to get called say I had a squirrel family in my attic. And it was at least 30 of them. So we don't want that. So we as an agency want to mitigate that as best we can, right? So bring in the responsible resources that can help.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to wrap up this show. We're going to come back with a part 4 where we're going to talk about closing and beyond. So I want to thank you for joining and Mr. Williams to add your years of experience to this, because all of us need to be prepared and know the steps that we need for home ownership. Please, if you haven't already, hit that like button, share this information with a friend, and most importantly, subscribe and get all your notifications on for Realty, Resources, and Reality. I say goodbye, and what do you say, Mr. Williams?
Take care and happy home shopping. Get that home insurance, for the health insurance for your home. It is so important.
All right, thank you.